Hi, my name is Max Foley-Keene, and I'm a doctoral candidate in political theory at Brown University. This year, I'm a graduate fellow at the Cogut Institute for the Humanities. In my work, I respond to disappointment with two dominant forms of environmental action: the ordinary work of democratic politics and the practice of environmental virtue. We're in a moment where democratic mobilization persistently struggles to stem ecological destruction. Indeed, among environmental activists, burnout is widespread. Meanwhile, individual attempts to be environmentally virtuous often feel trivial, or at the very least insufficient to the scale of the problem. Efforts to practice green virtues are often dismissed as mere virtue signaling, or as a symptom of political powerlessness. Too often, prevailing models of environmental engagement fail to inspire. In my dissertation, in Eco-Socialist-Civic Virtue, Democracy, Ethics, and Ecological Emancipation, I hope to allay disappointment with democratic action and environmental virtue by reimagining each concept in the light of the other. The practice of genuine environmental virtue requires political struggle for deeper forms of democracy, because only democracy allows us to choose sustainable collective practices on a free and equal basis. In turn, democratic ideals cannot survive without incorporating the demands of ecological flourishing, because models of political organization that exclude the interests of nature have brought us to the brink of environmental catastrophe. Ultimately, for me, the practice of environmental virtue is a school in democratic political action. Among the ethical foundations of any healthy democratic society is the capacity to sustain the flourishing of the non-human world. In my work, I recover a submerged tradition of environmental action, where democratic agitation is fueled by a love for all organic life. The eco-socialist-civic virtues are excellences that enable individuals to overcome despair, disorientation, and domination, three obstacles that often frustrate environmental action in an oppressive social order. My dissertation centers on three figures who theorize new forms of action in response to these obstacles: the socialist theoretician Rosa Luxemburg, the Black sociologist W.E.B. Du Bois, and the multi-species anthropologist Anna Tsing. I cohere the virtues they developed, revolutionary resilience in the case of Luxemburg, vision in the case of Du Bois, and love in the case of Tsing, into an ethic that empowers action in the face of disorientation and despair. My work engages the history of political thought for wisdom that can guide contemporary eco-political actors under conditions of injustice. In the coming years, I hope to turn my dissertation into a book manuscript that contains an additional focus, an engagement with the language of religion as a catalyst for meaningful forms of political action. In this work, I hope to elevate the tradition of Latin American liberation theology as an essential resource for an era of climate change.